Well, one of the things that we're facing, in driving or promoting financial literacy is the fact that people don't find financial topics very interesting, especially the youth. So you've got to find ways of making the topics more interesting and using social media to actually get to the youth to the extent that the issues that you're addressing become and make more sense to them.
And very importantly, it must be quite a challenge to have to talk to people about saving at a time of a depressed economic cycle.
Well, I must be honest, it's quite a challenge to get people to save. But what is really critical here is to actually begin to create awareness about the dangers that people face if they don't save for retirement, for example. Because if you don't pay attention to that, there's a danger of a person retiring into poverty simply because they didn't make enough savings there. So you have to create that awareness. But most importantly, to create the awareness to the youth as well, that at some point, you will become the sandwich generation, where you have to support both the parents and the children as well. So the best chance for youth to start saving is when they are younger, when they've got a disposable income and fewer financial obligations. And because that is the best time, because once they start getting married and then they get into a new cycle where they need more funds, and unfortunately the income would be shrinked at that point.
South African corporations by and large seem to have financial education programs. Are they succeeding?
Well, not much though. The Old Mutual Savings Monitor indicates that 31% of the age group of 18 to 24 are actually starting to save more. They actually save more compared to the previous year. However, in general, we still are saving less as a country. So it is important, and our view is that we need to begin to invest in the education at the foundation level. So we have begun that process as Old Mutual, where we've made a significant investment in sponsoring development of a financial literacy toolkit, which we piloted to 1,000 schools in 2010 in collaboration with the Department of Basic Education. And we are continuing to discuss with them to look at ways of rolling that out into the senior phase and the matriculants and so on. And we believe that's the angle that corporate South Africa need to support government in driving that, to stimulate the culture of saving.
And that's when they can even provide jobs.
Well, and that's a good thing. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it also means that we also need to promote entrepreneurship in this country. We can't be training young people to wear suits and carry laptops to become employees. We need to begin to train them and upskill them to become entrepreneurs, because the trends around the world is that SMMEs are the biggest employers and they contribute significantly to the GDP of economies around the world. So we have to put more investment in that area to pledge as part of our social responsibility.
So the real challenge is to get young South Africa to save. Suppose they did, what would be the knock-on effect on the economy?
Clearly, savings are a key driver of economic growth. I mean, a country that doesn't save, it doesn't grow. So we believe that that's a starting point, and we need to really encourage more and more people to save. But there has to be something for the individual who is saving to say, what am I saving for? People need to understand that when you save, it's not just about saving. You need to save for a particular goal, and you need to take a long-term view to reasons as to why you're saving. And the reason why people don't save and they end up lapsing their policies is because they haven't really embraced the fact that I'm saving for a particular goal. And that's the angle that I believe corporate South Africa need to be pushing, especially within the financial services industry.